Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Todd here, all things archery and shooting, and look what I got. I got another bow review. Let's see what we got today. What can I do here? Let's get this open up here. Cut it here. And we'll open it up here. Box got pretty beat up on the way. We got damaged a little bit here and there, but I think it's inside pretty. That's not too bad. Yeah, a little bit beat up, but not bad. Yeah, it's got a little bit of beat up on it. So what is this you're asking? Well, I'm going to tell you what this is. This happens to be a Top Archery. I said again, Top Archery 58-inch Takedown Recurve bow. This one should be 50 pounds, okay? When I say this was ridiculously cheap, I mean it was only $85, okay? And what's unique about this bow is it's almost identical to the Black Hunter bow. I think that the limbs will interchange and the riser's identical too. It is a different color though. So let's take a look at it and see what we got. Okay, first off, let's get everything out of the box. Okay, box is empty, nothing else in there. And this is what comes in the box. There's no instructions in the box, but that's okay. The bow is made by Top Archery. It's a 50-pound bow. It doesn't say anything on this. It's got a serial number on the bottom side of the limb, on the bottom side of the riser, I mean. The riser looks a lot like a Black Hunter riser, but a little bit different. It's got two locator pins, which I think are better than a single locator pin hole. It's got like a reddish gray laminated color, which is really cute. So it's got two limbs on it. I'm not sure which one's the top and which one's the bottom because they both just got serial numbers on, but they don't have any weight on them, which is kind of interesting. It must be a 50-pound bow, so I'm not even sure how they know this is 50 pounds. Both the serial numbers match. They match what's on the riser, okay? But again, it's not marked anywhere what weight the bow is, but it's supposed to be a 50-pound bow. We'll check that with the bow scale in a minute. All right, it comes with this nifty looking bow stringer here. Okay, nice bow stringer. Yeah, very nice bow stringer. It's got some paracord on it, leather pouch, kind of cheap leather though, but it's still pretty, not a bad little bow stringer. Okay. All right. Comes with a bare hair rest, or I should not bare hair, but a hair rest, I should say. Comes with a hair rest, leather hair rest. Okay. It's got a 3M pad for the rest. Comes with 2 nocks. Comes with 2 rabbit fur silencers, and of course the string. Take a look at the string. The string is supposed to be a D97 fast flight, okay? That's what it says in the description. There's a backing plate. Oh, it's got a rest here. Another rest right here, which is kind of nice. It's got the backing plate, and it's got some, it's only got 1 cushion. Yep, there's the other one. Okay, it's got 2. These are like, get them out of the bag here. These are like rubbery, they go on the pads here as rubbery connections. But it's an endless loop Dacron string, 58 inches. Take a look at it. Okay. It's got about a 6-inch serving in the center. Looks like 024 serving, pretty thick serving on it. It's a, let's see how many strands. 16 strand string, endless loop. So it has should have a big loop and a small loop, which it does. Big loop and a small loop. Okay. All right. Nice. And we got a hardware package here with some brass connections. Look at these very nice brass connections there. These are very nice. 2 limb bolts. And of course an Allen key. Alright. Let me get you a close-up of all this. Okay. Let's take a look at the riser first. As you can see, the riser, it's a reddish gray, really pretty riser. It's got 2 locator pinholes and brass fittings, which is nice. They're not standard aluminum fit, they're brass fitting, which is really nice. 2 looks like stainless steel pins on it for locating. It's a medium grip. It's got a fairly good sized sight window. It's a radius shelf as well. Alright, serial number's right there on it. Okay. It's got this cool little medallion right there. See that? That's kind of nice. Alright. And it's about the same as a Black Hunter. It feels like a Black Hunter almost, same weight. Okay. Let's take a look at the limbs. Don't know which limb's the bottom limb, one of the top limbs. I guess we don't make a difference, but as you can see, it's they're bamboo in the middle. Okay, 2 layers of bamboo. Okay. They do have some really nice, pretty reinforced tips, really nice reinforced tips. Okay, so all right, there's a serial number again. It matches what's on the riser, but there's no weight on these bows, so we're gonna have to check. I'm not sure what this wood is in here, just like to keep the limb from moving. Take a look at the other limb. The other limb's right here, same thing. It's got a serial number right there that matches, but I can't tell which is the bottom, which is the top. This bow is 58 inches overall, AMO. So strong, it's going to be quite a short bow, which would be nice. It comes with these little rubber things here, which actually fasten right here, like this. They'll go on here. And that's nice because that's going to keep your bow quiet. See, they go on there? That'll keep your bow quiet. Okay, whoops. It's got 2 rabbit fur silencers. 1, 2. These are really nice. These here, I cut them in half and use them. So all you need is to cut them in half. You need the whole thing on there. So I cut them in half and use them on my string. Okay. All right. Here's the rest for it. You've got this rest here, which is already pre-cut for the shelf. We'll use this one. But it also comes with this hair rest, which is really, look at how thick that hair is on there. So, got a hair rest on it. Here's a 3M pad, goes on for the rest. Some pretty good long limb bolts. They're just standard carbon steel, nothing fancy about those. But it does have 2 brass limb washers though, which are kind of nice. Look at that, those are really nice. And it comes with 2 nocks. That's good. Comes with 2 nocks. Of course, your tool to put it together with. And here's your bowstringer. It's kind of cheapy leather though, not real good leather. I've seen much better ones. These are kind of cheapy leather. I mean, it'll probably serve their purpose. I mean, it's decent for a bowstring. It uses paracord on it, so not too bad. And then we have, this is a D97 16 strand fast flight string. Okay, it's got a 6-inch serving. It's got endless loops on it in the end. You see 1 large loop and 1 small loop. I don't know what that date what is. Maybe it's a dater. I'm not sure what that is. But anyway, that's the string for it. All right, let's get this thing put together and see what it looks like. Okay, we're going to put this thing together. First, we're going to go ahead and mount the rest on there. So first thing we want to do is we want to go ahead and get our stuff out of the way so we have a clean working area. Stuff we don't need right now, let's get it out of the way. All I want to work on right now are just my rests and these limb protectors. And that's all I want to work on. So as always, first thing to do is take you some denatured alcohol, clean your rest, because it's going to have packing residue from coming from China and everything else on it. I gotta say, I'm really digging this riser. It's pretty nice. It almost looks like I forgot to stain this part here. Look, it's solid gray. This part's stained, but that part's solid gray. That's pretty cool. It's like that when they shaved it off, they shaved down to the gray. It's kind of unique difference. See how that's got mixed colors? That's solid gray. See here, same, yeah. So kind of a unique thing right there. Anyway, get you some denatured alcohol. Just clean this up really good. Yeah, look how pretty that is. It's a really pretty rest. Got an extra. It's a real pretty rest, okay? Now, these things are already pre-cut, which is nice. They're pre-cut, so they should snap right in this, fit right in there. Yeah, they fit perfectly. It fits perfect. Okay. All right, let's get this taken off. I need a sharp knife for that. Oh no, it's got a split in it. That's good. It's got a split there. Makes it easier. That's really nice. Got a split. Most don't come with that split, so that's nice. I know they cut it what they did. Usually that they cut it and made a split out of it. That works though. Let's go ahead and add that to it because you can see that. We'll add that right to it. Alright, there we go. Fits right on there perfectly there. And the hair's going the right way. It's a hair rest and it's going the right way. So let's do this top one here. Okay, you want to get this right in the middle. Try and get this so you guys can see it. Probably better this way. You want to get this right in the middle here and keep it on the same slope as that downward shot. Now I've seen some people put a toothpick behind here and on here, give it a little more first surface area not to touch onto, but I never do that, but just something you can do. And hair's going the right way in that one too, so there, the rest is on now, okay? Now we got to put these on. I think these just peel off here, do they, or they just, maybe not. Oh, they do. Okay, they're sticky, so you peel it off. It's rubber. Well, maybe a 30-second thickness of rubber there. Let's get these snapping on here and line up with the pinholes. Okay. Try to get it lined up. So they weren't quite, the holes weren't quite cut center on them, so we need to line them a little better. Okay, what you want to do is make sure this is flat though. You don't want any bubbling on this thing because it'll throw your limbs off when you put them on. Here we go. Okay. Overhangs just a little bit, but I think because this is a square base on the limb here, so that's probably going to overhang too when we put it on. We'll take a look once we get it on. Get it on there, push it down. It's nice to put that rubber, quiet it down so it's making that banging noise. So that's good. All right, let's do the other one now. It's pretty cool. First time I've seen one. I've seen usually the Black Hunters, when you get the Black Hunters, they come with these, like a felt there. This is actually a pretty good solid rubber, resilient rubber here. So I mean, it's pretty nice. All right, same thing. You want to just try to get all the air bubbles out. That way it'll sit flush on the when you put it down. Okay, good. That one's just a little bit off on the screw hole. See, there's a little bit. I think it'll be fine though. Okay, done. Okay, done. All right, so we got all that done now. We'll need this. Put this away. Clean up my trash. All right, let's take a look now. Okay, let's get it put together. All right, I'm not sure which one's the top limb, which one's the bottom limb, but I guess it don't make a difference. So you snap it in place. Holes line up fairly decent. Goes in your brass like that, fits in your brass. And this goes into here. All right. You don't want to torque it down too much, just get it snug and then come about a quarter turn, okay? So there's your top limb. Let's get our bottom limb on now. Line your pin, it's nice, 2 pinholes to line up. See, they line up with these 2 holes here. Line up those 2 pinholes, lock it in. Okay. Same thing here. Get it going in there. Alright. Got a little quick torque. Okay, there we go. Now that's done. Okay, now we're going to get this thing strung up and we're going to check the weight on it and see how it shoots. And we'll add the rabbit fur silencers on it and see how she does, okay? Let's get a look at this bow symbol now. We'll start with the riser. Okay, you can see it's pretty nice. It's that little bit of gray right there that it missed when I guess it sanded down. Because there's a bunch of laminates in this wood here, just like the Black Hunter. There's several layers of laminate wood in there. Then it's probably cut on a CNC machine, then sanded down. And they got too deep on this, left it all gray, which I think is kind of cool. This looks just like a Black Hunter. It feels like a Black Hunter riser. It's even shaped like one. But it's it's a pretty, I like the red color. It's kind of nice. It's a medium grip. It's got like a little medallion right there. I'm not a big fan of these squared off limbs like there. They look kind of older school, but I mean, some people like them. I don't. It does hide that rubber underneath it pretty well. And the brass on it looks really nice. The brass fittings on there. And see, hides it. You can see the 2 layers of bamboo in there though, which is nice. Comes all the way across, the 2 layers of bamboo. And these tips are really nice. I mean, I'll always like tips. You guys know those tips are gorgeous. Look at those tips, man. They're gorgeous. So this thing will take a fast flight string, and that's why it came with one. These are bamboo limbs. So they should be pretty quick. This other limb here. Again, there's no markings on the bottom of the limb to tell you weight or anything, so you really don't know what it is. So I'll probably mark this with a white crayon or white marker myself when I figure it out. I'll check it out on my tillering scale at 28 inches and try to figure out what it is. But it's supposed to be 50 pounds at 28 inches. And my draw length's 29.5 inches, so I should pull probably 53 to 54 pounds of this bow. We'll check it out in a minute. But there it is, pretty nice bow though. I mean, it looks clean. I mean, $85. I mean, how do they make these bows so cheap? All right, let's go get this thing strung up and get it, and it looks like. Okay, according to the manufacturer, this bow is supposed to be a 7 1/4 brace height, and it's at 7 1/4 right now. Okay, I had to put about 8 twists in the string to get it there, but it's there now. I mean, it's got a nice recurve to it. Look at that, fits in them limb tips really good. And what's nice, that bottom one is not really large, so it holds up, and it fits in those grooves really well. Let's get this thing, let's get a knock on it. We'll check it out right here. Get it squared up, put a knock on it. Okay. Some are knocks. Well, you're gonna need a I like to set my nocks high on my bows. See that mark right here? That mark right there is where I like to set my nocks, and the reason I do that is because when I go to tune this bow, I'm going to use arrows on it, and I'm going to tune it so it'll fly right. So that should be good there. And I don't really clamp this thing down there a lot. I just clamp it on enough just to hold it, because when I go to, I want to be able to move it. Be able to twist it, I can move it. All right. Okay. Should lock it in. I should be able to still move that up and down. Yes. Okay. Now let's see what our pull in this thing is. I'm gonna check it with my handheld gauge first, and then I'll go back on my tiller machine and check it at 28 inches and let you know what it is. Let me check that real quick. Looks like it's a little bit heavier than 50 pounds, because right now it's at 50. If you look, I'm at 57 pounds with this bow right now. And I checked it twice on this. Let me go back to and check it on my other scale now, my tiller machine, see what it come out with at 28 inches. As I thought, I just checked it on my tiller machine at 20 inches. This bow is actually pulling 53 pounds at 28 inches, so it's 3 pounds over than the 50 pound advertised, which I'd rather it be higher than lower. But still, supposed to be a 50 pound bow is actually 53 at 28 inches, so it's a little bit over. Not too bad, all right? But so far, I mean, the bow, it's a pretty bow. It's a good looking bow. I think it's going to shoot really well too. I like the overall length on this bow being 56 inches, okay? Or 58 inches, I should say. Let's compare it with my 56 inch bow that I have and see how much difference it is. I've got you guys have seen my video, my old mountain Stygian recurve, which is one of my favorite recurves. That one's 56 inches. See how it compares to this. Okay, that's just all it's called on Amazon is the Top Archery 58 inch takedown 3-piece recurve. They got them. They go from weights from 20 pounds up to 55 pounds. Price is between $75 and $90. This one, the 50 pound weight, cost $85. Okay, the 45 pounds $90, and 20 pound is $90. Everything else falls in between. I don't know why the price is so much different, but anyway, this one was $85, shipped to my door from Amazon Prime. I'll leave a link in the description about this bow so you can see it, and if you want to order one, check it out. But it's a cute bow. I mean, I'm not sure if I'm what I like about that, but that's kind of, I mean, it looks like they cut that, they sanded that down, they cut through, they didn't leave enough of the red there like they should have, but that's okay. It's just, I guess it has a little character to it, I guess. Now, I do like the bow, I like the style. I mean, this looks just like a Black Hunter riser to me with a little, I mean, it's almost cut the same. Might be a little bit longer in this area, but it does have a medium grip, which is nice. It did come with a D97 Fast Flight endless loop string. Has bamboo core, 2 cores of bamboo in them, and reinforced tips for use on your Fast Flight. The build quality is really good in this bow. I don't see any issues with, I mean, it doesn't really overhang anywhere, except for that one area right there where they sanded too much off. There's really no issues with the build quality. I do like the brass fittings on this, and I do like the brass inserts inside here instead of the standard old galvanized or aluminum ones they have in most of these bows. So this should be quite strong. And they're a little classic guide and a little medallion, kind of like old Bear Archery used to do. I mean, the bow's a really good bow. I'm looking forward to shooting this bow. So be sure to look for part 2 of this review. I'll be coming up and I'll be uploading soon. It'll be the range review like I do everything. We'll check this bow on the range. We'll shoot it across the chronograph. We'll shoot at some 3D targets, and we'll test it for accuracy and speed. All right, well, this has been Todd, All Things Archery and Shooting. If you like what you see, just click that like button. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. And also, I'm going to put a link in my description for my Patreon channel. If you haven't become a subscriber yet, please click over there and show me your support. All the money I make on that Patreon channel, I use to buy bows and equipment and gear so I can review them for you guys. Okay? And there's also going to be some only content just for my Patreon channel will be listed on there. But like, there's more content on this bow. There'll be some more information on this bow on that channel that you won't find on the standard YouTube channel. But stay tuned for part 2. I think you're going to enjoy the shooting this. I'm looking forward to shooting this bow. I think it's going to be quite a quick little bow. And we're not going to add these silencers on yet because I want to see how quiet the bow is just without the silencers, and then we'll add the silencers and compare it to quietness there. All right. All right, everybody. As always, I want to thank you for your support. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for part 2. This has been Todd, All Things Archery and Shooting. Until next time, y'all. Ciao.